And I was like, I don't even need to think. I have that on the tip of my lips. And he goes, what is it? And I said it was in Orlando. And he went, shut up. And I went, yeah. And I'll never forget it. I walked in.
Wait, is it that group of guys?
No, not Monsters of the Morning.
Yeah, they're fun.
No, it's not them.
Yeah.
This story does tie into them, but it's not them. So I said I go in, and it was a girl laying on the ground. Oh, do you know how hard it is to tell a story when no one's fucking listening? I know people are listening in their cars right now, but Tom and Push are coupling it up. I know. I watched the whole relationship dynamic happen within a matter of seconds. So the guy goes, so tell me about the show. I said, I go in, and there's a girl lying on the ground. There's a bunch of guys standing around her laughing. And that's when I walked in the actual radio station. And I said, it's like, I feel like I'm on the set of a porn here. No one laughs. And then they say, we'll be with him in a second. And they send me out of the room. And then they're like, listen, Savannah will be doing this interview. And I was like, who's Savannah? And they're like, she's one of the co-hosts. And so I go into a separate room. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I go into a separate room, and it's me and this girl's a fucking absolute moron. And
she's interviewing you in a separate room?
In a separate room, and she goes, so who are you? And I go, I'm Bert. She goes, why are you here? I said, I'm a comedian. She goes, you're not being funny. Like, it's a real aggressive interview. The second I said Savannah, his face dropped. And I go, what? And he goes,
oh my God.
In Orlando with Savannah? And I said, yeah. And he goes, that was my show. I'm telling the guy who asked the question, I'm telling about the worst radio interview I've ever done was on his show.
That he lost.
But he's the one who
sent me to the room.
Taking me to the other room.
Yep. He did all of it. His name's Drew. I'm friends with him now. He's friends with Cowhead, but
they're friends?
What's so funny, Tom?
Wait, they're friends?
Yeah, well, they work on the Bone. They work on the same station.
Oh, same station. Okay.
Yeah. So Drew, what's so funny is when I got there, he was so excited to have me, and he was so happy that I took time out of my schedule because I don't need to do any other radio in Tampa. I can just go in and do Cowhead and sell tickets. But I got up early, went through Tampa traffic all the way to St. Petersburg to do his show. And when I rolled in, he was like, Bert, I sincerely appreciate it. I love you on radio. I listen to you on Cowhead. I listen to you on the podcast. You're fucking hilarious, man. I really appreciate it. He was really sweet. And I was like, don't mention it. And then he was like, tell me the worst radio station. And I remember when I said, it was in Orlando. I remember everyone going, Drew, you worked in Orlando. But I was like, didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and her name was Savannah. And his face dropped. And he was like, that was my radio show. And I said to him, I was like, you know what bothered me the most was that when that happened, I actually thought, God, if they had given me a chance, they would have loved me.
Right.
If they had just given me a chance.
And what ended up happening was true.
Totally.
They gave you a chance.
He loved me by hearing me on other shows that he wouldn't let me listen. He would never let me do that on his own show.
The thing you end up finding out about radio, once you've done radio for a while, is if they show the slightest bit of interest, there's a 99% chance it'll go great.
Yep.
It's almost always that. I mean, I'll blame a comic who has a bad attitude, who's an egotistical dick.
So it doesn't smell in here. You don't smell.
No,
that?
I smell it. I'm trying to breathe through my mouth.
It's not that bad, you guys.
It's rancid. How are you? I can't focus.
I can't focus. I don't know how you guys get through a fucking podcast on your own podcast.
What?
If he's farting like this.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to throw up.
No, you're not.
No,
Stop being dramatic.
Bad. This is so awful.
I'd say open the door, but we just got air conditioning in here.
Can I tell you this?
Can we open the door anyway?
We need to say this.
What?
We need to say this.
I gotta go. I can't take it.
Come on. What are you doing? You not even have any wine?
If you breathe through your mouth, you just taste it. You're letting out the cool air.
Do you like the hand movement? You think this
I'm
is doing
trying.
a lot?
Now you're going to make me gag. I'm going to stop it. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it.
It's not that bad.
I'm going to throw up. I'm going to fucking throw up now. Stop talking about it. I was totally fine until you couldn't stop talking about it. Now it's getting hot in here, and it smells like farts. Shut the door, Push. Push. Shut the door. Push, I'd rather it be a cold fart than a hot fart. The fart is staying here. It is in the wood now. Way to go, Tom. Is this so you can talk about the affair?
Let's just do it, man. No, we have to talk about this real quick.
What?
There's an amazing Monday Night Football game on right now.
Yeah.
It just got tied up. I don't know if you realized that they were down.
I've not been watching. I've been doing a podcast.
No, I'm just saying they were down 14. They just came back, and I have a football podcast now.
You are such a dick.
It's called Charge It to the Game.
You're a fucking asshole.
Why?
Do you remember me pitching you a football podcast of me and you doing Monday Night Football where you said turn off the radio?
Oh, yeah, but that's not what I do.
Yeah. It's a football podcast. No. Tom, stop fucking farting. I hope you enjoy Bill Burring this because you're going to be doing this by yourself in a second.
What do you mean?
When I have to fucking leave.
Why?
Because it smells like fucking, like, it's beyond shit. Like, shits don't smell as bad as that fart. And it's sitting in here. This is one room. 1,000 square feet. And it reeks of shit farts.
Would you want to try the Monday Night Football thing?
No, you got your own Monday Night fucking podcast.
I don't do a Monday Night podcast. I'm saying I have a football
Just
podcast.
as long as you put it on Twitter going, the creator of this podcast is Bert Kreischer. Fuck.
Mine, I just talk about football, and I have call-in guests.
Oh, that's
talk
a good
football.
idea.
Yeah, it's just a
do you do
football
it?
thing. What?
I wouldn't be good at that. I don't follow enough sports.
Yeah, you have to really like football.
Yeah.
I
I barely get my picks in on Thursdays.
Really?
Oh,
We're good now. Don't let her know that it's Seller's good now. Don't let her know.
Yeah, I
It'll be
won't.
fun.
Yeah.
So
wait.
and don't
is this when you
let her
go
know
with
that I
Finesse
fired
Mitchell?
again. Yeah, like Finesse called into today's episode because we talked about the Canes won over the weekend. They beat Florida, and it was a big thing. So we had Finesse called in. He was on the team in the early 90s.
Does it still smell here? Yeah. How do you fucking live with this? What is the thing that sold you on Tom? Like, I look at it sometimes and I go, I don't get it. Is it his financial wisdom? Is it the fact that he runs the books? It can't be his sexual prowess.
It smells so bad in here.
Guys,
now.
that's not true.
There's a cloud.
Come on,
Babe,
please.
it's so disgusting.
You're making me
Right
sound.
here.
You're making me sound
Bert,
so bad to the
It's colder
listeners.
outside than it is in here. Can't we just keep the door open?
No, it's because we paid for this air conditioner.
No!
Now I'm farting. Oh, it's so bad when we ate the same thing for dinner.
So gross now.